Peace. Nafir Nun, once again. Some people know me as D End, Doctor Who, Brother D, D. Some people call me Mr. Slate. The names are arbitrary. For the purposes of these types of video recordings, I'll be referring to myself as Nafir Nun. Jumping right in. Ratchet or Wretched? Ratchet or Wretched? Ratchet, Wretched, Wretched, Ratchet. Now, why am I even trying to make this association? Well, first of all, when I heard this word being used to describe my sisters, I had to say to myself, are they saying ratchet or are they saying wretched? Because knowing what a ratchet is, and I'm by no means Mr. Fix-It, but I know what a ratchet is. It's a tool. The other type of ratchet that I'm familiar with is a cactus. This type is a flat cactus that I used to wash my hair when I was under a sectarian belief system, and I had dreadlocks. I used to wash my hair with the Ratchet, the jelly of this cactus. So I know that to be Ratchet, and that tool, I'll put up the definition and a picture of it. I knew that to be Ratchet, and those items to be what a ratchet would be, or ratchets. Okay? For pluralizing. So how this item, this tool, or this cactus became personified, and the personification was that of a black woman. And the black woman that it personifies is the loudest, most boisterous, attention-seeking, fake woman that you could find out there. That is a black woman. It didn't make any sense to me. However, the term wretched applies directly. So now, how does this even fly? How does this even get into our social lexicon? Like, how does it get into our lingo? Simple. Niggers are illiterate. The illiteracy shit is running rabid. Like, yeah, there's books, and I guess people are reading books, I guess. But niggas are watching too much TV, and if not TV, a lot of YouTube and shit. Like, a lot of twerking is on the increase. I don't know about fucking reading, though, because even I would say about 20 years ago, when I started hearing a certain word, I was like, you guys don't read or something. And the word that I was hearing all the time was supposedly. And so, supposedly, it was a fucking word. And I know this because I read books. And I never saw supposedly with a B. Never. So when somebody's saying supposedly, I know that they heard that somewhere else. Probably didn't quite hear what the person said, and they're just now repeating that shit. So, that being said, oh, I should mention another one that stupid as hell. Artists. Artists? Artists? Is it because that is too complex? Artists? 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 So, getting back to the point. Wretched. Ratchet. Now, because illiteracy is reigning supreme here, they can throw these words out at us. We'll apply it to ourselves in a manner where we think it's cool, and we apply bravado to it. And I find black women and black men are criminally responsible for this. Like, this shit about being a bitch and being queen bitch and shit. I don't know why you want to be a bitch. And this shit about calling your man dogs and stuff like that. No other race is calling their man dogs en masse. Even though every man acts the same. And in certain parts of the world, women are getting killed at birth for being a woman. And those women ain't even calling their men dogs. And brutal people and all kind of shit. Savages. And, you know what I mean? So, you gotta understand the repercussions of your actions, of your speech, of your dialogue, of the perception that's created by your own speech. So now, it was bad enough you calling us dogs. But now you're gonna call yourselves wretched? Let me put the definition up of wretched again, so you could understand how everybody sees you when you're using this term, ratchet. Dumb fucking term. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, we took the energy and... Listen, I'm not one of these people who are into this nigga shit, okay? So we could play that semantic game. If you would like to play that semantic game, there's comments at the bottom which you can leave. But I am not an idiot, and I find the argument, the nigga argument, is fucking stupid. It is one of the stupidest arguments that I think I've heard. Period. Now, first of all, I'm just doing a short aside here, so you can kind of understand the frame that I'm dealing with. I don't give a shit what people call themselves. I could give a flying fuck. You know what? You could take a fuck, put it in the pan, get some grease and shit, oil it up, and fry that fuck. And I ain't giving it, because I don't give a fuck about what you call yourself. That's not the issue. My issue is how somebody rationalizes what they do. Their explanation for what they do. So, to try to use this explanation, well, we changed it because we took the ER and we turned it into an A, so we changed the sound vibration into something that means brother instead of, and we could only say the word because that's stupid. That is borderline retarded, okay? Now, I don't have a problem with the word nigger or nigga because I know a little bit about the origin of fucking words. Just a little bit, not even that much. And I know that NGR and NTR were the letters that you would say are the representative letters from the hieroglyphs that represented God. NTR, NGR. Then when you go into the South Pacific regions, you'll find their God system inhabited by Nagas. Nagas. Then, if you go into the Aryan section, the Indo-Aryan region, you'll find the Nahwals. I believe it's Indo-Aryan. If you go into the Southern American region, Central American region, you'll find the Naguals. You see the fucking similarity? It's all saying high spiritual, high God, God. That shit. That's why I have no problem with the term nigger or nigga, because I know it's synonymous with naga when it applies to me. Not because fucking, because I changed, the fuck? The power do you have to change what? Fuck. Niggers get a minimum wage. Change that. Take the power to change that shit. So, anyway, these terms that we're applying to ourselves, they're very dangerous. And wretched is not something that I would want my daughters to apply to themselves. And this is the whole reason why I'm even bringing this whole dialogue up. Is because my daughter's the one that brought this ratchet shit to me. Now, we were out and she said, "Dad, look at those girls, they're so ratchet." And I said, "What? Ratchet? You mean wretched?" And she said, "No, they're ratchet, like look at them." And looking at them, I made her explain it. But for time's sake, basically these girls didn't look any different than the average black girl, or 80% of the black girls that you see today. You know, skimped out clothing, fake hair, fake nails, fake eyelashes, red lipstick, fucking blush and shit. Blush and shit. You know what I mean? Like, the fucking hair is 4 different colors, or blonde or some shit. Like, same shit that I'm seeing all over the place. So that's not really, so it's like, huh? What do you mean? But then it was really the actions, the girl's demeanor. That's what was ratchet. But the demeanor was wretched. Fucking loud shit, the typical, "Hey, you better," like, fuck. You know, that's some shit that attention seeking, you know they call it attention whore? Like, I just say whore. Because, like, first of all, what the fuck do we want with a wretched whore? An upstanding gentleman. What do we want with that? Like, seriously. And no, I'm not talking about the ones who have accepted this thug gangster label, because that shit was another ploy. Okay? Those gentlemen that have accepted that shit are akin to riffraff. In my book. About gangster, about thug. Bad boy moving silence, yo. Like, it's not no friggin', like, I was told this by a mentor of mine. If you look like public enemy number 1, and they're looking for public enemy number 1, don't you think you're gonna be targeted? It's so fucking common sense that it's like, does it even need to be said any differently? So if you're on to some shit, cover your tracks at least. If you're running flex, don't broadcast your shit by going on like you're a thug. And that shit was, that shit's a game that was thrown on you, man. Like, that shit there's fucking joke thing to me. Because I seen that whole shit go down. I seen it go down. Like, just type in your computer, in your Google search engine, because you're on your computer watching this shit now. Type in your image search, Gangster 1983. Then type in Gangster 1973, 1963, 53, 43, 33, 23, 13, 03, 1893. Go to fucking 1803, and if there's any pictures of people that they consider to be gangsters, take a look at them. So how that became my face in the last 30 years, it's some serious marketing, which you guys ain't fucking catching. You're not seeing it. So by calling yourself wretched now, Ratchet, How do you think that's gonna go down in the next fucking 10 years? You see the way, and I'm talking to you ladies right now, you see the way that you see most of the young black guys out there as riffraff, and you don't want to deal with that shit, and don't even try it, eh? Because I hear the fucking talk. There's too many women around me in my life. I hear the talk, and I see the attitude, and I understand psychology. You have issues with black men right now, beyond a sexual thing, because you don't see them as men. Too much boy shit, too much fucking thug shit. They don't want to. At a certain age, you don't want no fucking thug no more. You want somebody that's gonna be there to support you, and you don't really think a thug's gonna do that. A gangster's not. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna do that. So, and this was by design. This was by design. This wasn't the case 20 years ago, okay? This was not the case 20 years ago. So now, fast forward a little bit, and think about how you are going to be looked at. You see the way that your brother is looked at right now? It's not overt as yet, but you're looked at even worse. But watch when they fucking really put it on you. By you calling yourself wretched and raising wretched children. And so then now, the association with the black experience is going to be thug, gangster, wretched. Riffraff plus ratchet. So yeah, fucking extinguish that motherfucker. Trayvon his ass. I mean Traycon his ass. I mean whatever. Just exterminate the motherfucker. I'll get into that Traycon shit in another dialogue. That's not for this. But like, you see, birds of a feather flock together. Or as my mom would say, you sleepy dog, you catch fleas. So if that you want to be ratchet and whatever, then expect the lowest of the low to be attracted to your flex. Because none of us gentlemen, and when I say gentlemen, I use the term loosely, because although I've never slapped and hit a lady, I have told one or two, maybe three, to fuck right off. And that might not be gentlemanlike, but I do not strike women, and I have class, so I'm ambitious and I'm achieving. So those type of gentlemen, we need to start shunning the activities of these fucking ratchet, wretched, loudmouth, fucking nincompoops, man. These wig-wearing motherfuckers. We need to fence that shit. Build up a fucking fence. The friggin' weight that enough of these friggin' ratchet fucking women are carrying, they won't be able to lift their body weight to climb your fence. Build up a fucking fence and fence that shit. Because we really need to start cleaning up our act. And once you fence that shit, once all the desirable men start saying, yo, I'm not fucking dealing with that shit, they're gonna have to clean up their act. So I could say this similar because just the same way that men now are dressing like fags with this metrosexual fucking this con, right? Because that's what they think the women want, because that's what's been advertised, and they've fallen for the advertisement. It's the same way that people are falling for this shit about we want a fucking attitude girl, but none of us, you know, fucking hard days. Enough of these niggas lifting up boxes and shit. Think you want to come home to loud and shit? Fuck some. And when you don't want that shit. So even if we got stuck with that shit, for example, alright? Dude is on road fucking down the place, and that's what Ratchet gets you. You know what I'm saying? So the wretched shit is not encourageable. It's not something that you want to freaking attach to yourself, ladies. And us men, we need to start fencing that shit. And if you start fencing that shit appropriately and start really making these girls know, yo, if you want me to have a job, have money, have time, have intellect, then you need to fucking have a six-pack. You need to freaking have at least that line going down your stomach, your real fucking hair in your head, and talk beyond fucking Wendy Williams or Oprah. And I know she's done, but whatever, you know what the fuck I mean. So, to the ratchet wretched of the earth, wake the fuck up. Clean up your act. And let's start building instead of fucking destroying ourselves. Peace.